dozens killed in clashes between police, Muslim rebels in Philippines. 43 people were killed in intense fighting between police commandos and Muslim insurgents in the southern Philippines Sunday, placing strains on a peace process designed to end decades of conflict in the restive region. The majority of the losses were on the government side, with 37 members of the elite Special Action Force unit of the Philippine National Police killed, police said in a statement. 6 militants were killed and 11 wounded in the clashes, which raged for 12 hours in Mamasapano town, Maguindanao, police said. Members of both the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and MILF, with whom the government has signed a peace agreement, and the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters BIFF, with whom it has not, were involved in the firefight, officials and rebel groups said. Gridley footage purporting to be of the aftermath of the battle was circulated online, showing uniformed bodies strewn in a rice field. Bomb maker hunted Miriam Coronel's error, chair of the government panel responsible for overseeing the peace process with Muslim insurgents, said in a statement Monday that the commandos had been in the area pursuing Malaysian bomb maker and Jemaah Islamiah leader Zulkifli bin Hir, known as Marwan. Marwan, who is suspected of having conducted bomb-making training for Abu Sayyaf and has a $5 million bounty on his head, is believed to have been hiding in the country's south since 2003. She said efforts were being made Monday to retrieve casualties and provide relief to Special Action Force personnel who remained in the area. International monitors had joined members of the Philippines Police, Armed Forces and government and rebel ceasefire committees in efforts to effect a truce, she said. We regret, however, that due to the involvement of other armed groups, some intermittent fighting continued, she said. Our aim is to normalize the situation as soon as possible. Rebels divided the Philippines signed an agreement with the MILF, the largest rebel group in the south, in March last year. The deal offered greater autonomy, economic and political power in return for the rebels surrendering their weapons and ending the decades-long insurgency. But hardline rebel groups opposed to the peace process, such as the BIFF, remained active. Mohab Iqbal, chief negotiator for the MILF, said in an interview with Philippine radio station DZRH that a lack of coordination between the MILF ceasefire committee and the government was to blame for the outbreak of violence. It was a standard operating procedure that one side should notify the other before they began an operation, he said, describing the incident as self-defense. While the area where the fighting occurred was mostly under MILF control, he said, BIFF, which was also involved in the firefight, was a mobile group, moving throughout the region. Chances are they were just there when it happened, he said. He said his group was doing everything it could to ease tensions over the fighting, and that the incident would not have an effect on the ongoing peace process. Appeal for release. Lieutenant Colonel Harold Cabunic, Public Affairs Office Chief for the Armed Forces of the Philippines, appealed to the hardline BIFF group to return any personnel under their control. We are also calling on our brothers in the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters that if indeed they are still holding some of the PNP Philippine National Police personnel, they must respect their rights and they must be returned to their mother units and ultimately to their family members, he told reporters. Coronel's error said that the violence highlighted the challenges that confound the peace process. But the outbreak only strengthened the resolve of the peace panel to implement the Bangsamoro Basic Law, the bill, currently being heard by politicians, that seeks to implement the peace deal between the government and the MILF. Hearings of the bill were suspended Monday following the violence. With better cooperation, we will be able to prevent these kinds of incidents, she said.